Right now, a 45-year-old deputy man is in custody at the Jefferson County Jail. Experts say that the snakes like to hide out in these rocky crevices or underneath trees, so that as you step over them, you need to be looking and see if you can see them. Gone are the days of looking for this little yellow slip to let you know a package has arrived. Now, instead, you can get an email on your phone as soon as it gets to the building. From right here on Ostrom Avenue to right here in Whitehall next to the Carrier Dome. Well, it's a lively group out here. I know I can hear FYP performing Seasons of Love from Rent, which is debuting this weekend. There's many people out here on the quad. They've got some delicious looking dessert, which I'm hoping to get. Unfortunately, this event ends at 6:30, so you guys there won't be able to come and stop by. Turn off your phone, put it down where you can't see it before you get into the car, and turn it on. If your children's playhouse is in or near the woods, they may also be at risk from picking up ticks. After an unfortunate incident here at Clifty Falls State Park a little over a week ago where a teen was bitten by a copperhead snake, we at WKMNews.com spoke to the experts to find out how likely it is that this will happen to you. Within the Clifty Falls Nature Center, you can find snakes behind glass walls. A habitual hiker, Carol Orr, said the only place she's found a snake was by the side of the road.
We have been coming to the park since probably '92 when we moved to Madison. We brought our kids, our pets, since they were all yay high, and we've loved every minute of it. So I never had any issues or anything.
If you do see a snake, you're most likely to find them off the beaten path. But as Josh Thomas from the Department of Natural Resources tells us, getting bitten by one isn't all that common.
Within 10 years, we've had 2 or less bites here. In all of Indiana, approximately 16 million people come to recreate in our parks. There's been a handful only of snake bites, especially venomous snake bites. Something that is incredibly uncommon, incredibly rare.
So what makes a snake come out of their hiding spot to bite?
Snakes in general don't like confrontation with us. They don't typically chase us. They don't typically go out of their way to hurt us. We get bit when we step over a log and they're laying there and we step on that snake, or we step too close to their area and they become threatened.
Experts say that the snakes like to hide out in these rocky crevices or underneath trees, so that as you step over them, you need to be looking and see if you can see them. Now, we did find a snake over here just the other day. They like to come out and sun themselves on these rocky areas.
In the wintertime, you're not going to see them. Of course, they're hidden, hibernating, whatever. But now's the time you're going to see them.
The snake we found was hard to spot in between some of the rocks, but we caught a glimpse of it wrapped around a rock not far from the start of Trail 1. We spoke to hikers alongside that trail, some of whom had never seen a snake on the trails at all.
I come hiking a lot, and this weekend I didn't see any snakes. I mean, I've seen plenty of animals like turkeys and rabbits and deer and stuff like that, but no snakes.
I don't think it's something that you need to be terrified of. It's just something you need to be aware of when you put yourself in a wooded area. Southern Indiana has 4 poisonous species of snake, but you just don't see them very often.
Reporting in Madison, Caroline Strange. Driving through downtown Syracuse isn't exactly a smooth ride. Potholes have only gotten worse during the winter, but they may not be there for long. County Executive Joni Mahoney is offering to have the county use its resources to pave some roads downtown, South Clinton, South Salina, and West Fayette Streets, to name a few. Here on the corner of South Clinton Street and West Fayette Street, there's still quite a bit of damage left over from all the construction work that they've been doing, and drivers say they don't care who's paving these roads, whether it's the city or the county, as long as it's being done.
The county? I think the feds ought to pay for it. It's just ridiculous. I don't know why this country can't put money, putting people back to work to fix these roads.
Here's a map of the roads that the county has offered to pave. It includes North and South Clinton Streets, North and South Salina Streets, North and South Warren Streets, Erie Boulevard East, East and West Fayette Streets, Harrison Street, East and West Adams Streets, and West Onondaga Street. Megan Gregg, a barista at Freedom of Espresso, says her customers have often complained about the state of the roads.
It's one thing that the city should focus on, but there are also so many issues with the city's infrastructure that also need to be addressed.
And while the county is offering to pave a handful of roads, for some such as Walton Street, which has fewer potholes, they'll have to rely on someone else. Caroline Strange, Citrus TV News. And I'm Caroline Strange. The athletic department has hit a major speed bump after the NCAA finished their investigation. That's our top story tonight. And in an email to students and faculty today, Chancellor Kent Syverud said the following. Specifically, the university strongly disagrees that it failed to maintain institutional control over its athletic programs or that men's basketball head coach Jim Boeheim has taken actions that justify a finding that he was responsible for the rules violations. The university is considering whether it will appeal certain portions of the decision. Coach Boeheim may choose to appeal the portions of the decision that impact him personally. Should he decide to do so, we would support him in this step. And the Peace Corps has gotten its highest number of applicants since 1975. The organization says they received 23,000 applicants, a 32% increase from last year. In recent years, the Peace Corps has made the sign-up process simpler. And the Mount St. Joseph's girls basketball player who inspired the nation with her battle against brain cancer will be honored at the Ohio Schools season opener. 5,000 bobbleheads of Lauryn Hill will be given out to fans on November 14th. The school says the figure will depict Hill scoring her first basket against Hiram last year. Hill passed away after her battle with cancer in April. And Jennifer Lawrence is expressing her frustration about the gender pay gap in the entertainment industry. In an online essay published yesterday, Lawrence says she regrets not asking for equal pay in her role in American Hustle. Lawrence writes she knew she was getting paid much less than co-stars Jeremy Renner, Bradley Cooper, and Christian Bale, but didn't want to seem difficult or spoiled. But now she's over finding adorable ways to state her opinion. The school resource officer who slammed a student to the floor on Monday has been fired. The student was texting in class and refused to give her phone to the teacher. The officer, identified as Deputy Ben Fields, was first suspended without pay. An attorney for the teen said her client did suffer several injuries to her neck and back.